So Eve ate the apple. That's how the story go, right? So if Eve ate the apple, why do men have Adam's apples? Why we don't have them? Why we don't have them? They've been lying on that girl's. They've been lying on that girl. Eve ain't eat that shit. Men been lying since the beginning of motherfucking time. They ate that shit. That's why it's stuck in their throats. Men been lying since that girl ain't do that. So Eve ate the apple. That's how the story go, right? So if Eve ate the apple, why do men have Adam's apples? Why we don't have them? Why we don't have them? They've been lying on that girl's. They've been lying on that girl. Eve ain't eat that shit. Men been lying since the beginning of motherfucking time. They ate that shit. That's why it's stuck in their throats. Men been lying since that girl ain't do that. So Eve ate the apple. That's how the story go, right? So if Eve ate the apple, why do men have Adam's apples? Why we don't have them? Why we don't have them? They've been lying on that girl's. They've been lying on that girl. Eve ain't eat that shit. Men been lying since the beginning of motherfucking time. They ate that shit. That's why it's stuck in their throats. Men been lying since that girl ain't do that.
All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the orders of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from, and I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. And today I just want to go into this video. So today I just want to go into a video. You clearly seen the nigga woman talking about Eve didn't eat the apple, which the comment right here pretty much says it, man. The brother SOYWY, which I'm pretty sure stands for son of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, Shalom to that brother, says people fail to realize it wasn't an apple, it was the philosophies. And indeed that's true. And there were different philosophies. It wasn't an actual fruit that she ate, man. But just pretty much to go into what she said, man, because again she says men have been lying since the beginning of time. Well, that's a lie, so we're gonna prove that. So before I get into it, man, I'm gonna start with this. Proverbs chapter 9 and verse 13, and it says, a foolish woman is clamorous, she is simple and knoweth nothing. You clearly see this woman is foolish. She is simple and she don't know what she's talking about, man. She does not know what she's talking about. She said, she's pretty much saying, it was Adam's fault, which, that could be far from the truth, so we're going to get into the account. I'm not going to read, the whole chapter. So there's the book of Genesis chapter 3, and I'm going to start at verse 1. As you can see, the headline reads, the fall of man. So this is going into how, man, every nation of people, fell, primarily, the Israelites, but how man fell. So this is Genesis chapter 3 and verse 1. And it says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord Yahweh had made. And he said unto the woman, yea, hath Yahweh said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Yahweh hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die, for Yahweh doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. And as you can see, again, who did the serpent approach? He approached the woman. He approached Eve, man. He didn't go to Adam because he knew Adam, will rebuke him, because again, the serpent was a man, it wasn't an actual snake, man. He went to the woman, because she's the weaker vessel, She was easy to persuade. And then again, these trees are talking about, these different nations, the fruit, being the different philosophies, of these nations. So let's see what the word tree means. It's it's going into actual trees. So Salakia, the trees that are spoken of in this chapter is referring to men, and the fruit that's talking about the different philosophies, so pretty much the serpent approached, the woman, and pretty much, Adam and Eve, they only knew, good, they didn't have the knowledge of good and evil, and that's pretty much what the serpent came to her for, pretty much came to her, to pretty much learn of, not only good, but of wickedness as well. And as you can see, Eve went off. It wasn't Adam's fault, although Adam went off as well, but still it was the woman's fault. So that woman doesn't know what she's talking about. It clearly says that the serpent approached the woman. Eve then went to Adam, and that's how we fell, man. That's how we fell. Because again, those two only had the knowledge of good. They didn't have the knowledge of evil, but that's how, ultimately, you're perfect. You have the knowledge of good and evil, and this is why we're suffering to this day, because we had to learn, not only righteousness, but we had to learn wickedness, what wickedness was as well, man. This is the Lord teaching us a lesson, and then to prove again that it was the woman's fault. Let's go to the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2. And I'm going to start at verse 13. It says, "For Adam was first formed, then Eve," and that's the point. "And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression." So yes, Eve went off. She went off first, man. It's her fault. It was not Adam's fault. It's not men's fault. As you can clearly see, man, you women can't take accountability for anything, man. It clearly says it's the woman's fault, man. It's Eve's fault. Adam went off, but it was Eve's fault. The serpent approached her because he knew he could persuade her, So just real quick, let's go to the Apocrypha. You know what? Before I do that, because you said, why do men have Adam's apples? Well, let's see why. So I Googled, what's the purpose of an Adam's apple? And it says the function of the Adam's apple is the same as that of the thyroid cartilage. It composes, it comprises to protect the vocal cords immediately behind and inferior to it. Pretty much to protect, your vocal cords. So bam, and she said, well, why don't women have them? So bam, a little further down, it says, can a woman have an Adam's apple? And it says, although both males and females develop Adam's apples, they tend to be more prominent in males. This is because the male larynx generally grows bigger and faster during puberty. A larger larynx explains why males tend to have deeper and louder voices than females. So that's why men have Adam's apples, because men have deep voices, it pretty much explained it, This is why, once a young man hits puberty, his voice starts to get deeper, So that's the purpose of an Adam's apple, man. And this is why you women don't have deep voices. And that's the purpose. And then before I bring that out, man, that's crazy. She said men have been lying the whole time. Well, no, ma'am, that's not the case. See, women, Adam, he went off, but still, It was not Adam's fault to begin with. It was the woman's fault. So I'm just going to get real quick. The book of 1 Esdras chapter 4 and verse 37 says, wine is wicked. The king is wicked. This is the point. Women are wicked. You women are wicked, man. It clearly says it, And then we're going to get the point of this whole lesson, man. And the next couple of scriptures I'm going to bring out, man. But again, you women, you're wicked. It says it right here. We're not lying to you. We're simply telling you your nature. We're telling you why we're in this situation now. And it says, all the children of men are wicked, and such are all their wicked works, and there is no truth in them, for in their unrighteousness also they shall perish. So yeah, man, it's pretty much the point I wanted to get, man, that, you women are wicked. So I'm going to end it on this. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 25. I'm going to get verse 19, and then I'm going to jump to verse 24. And it says, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. And yeah, man, all wickedness, as it said, is little. Because again, I just proved the point in 1 Esdras chapter 4, you women are wicked, man. So, and this is the point. This is Ecclesiasticus 25 and 24. And it says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. So yes, it was not Adam's fault, that we fell in the garden. Again, he went off, but it wasn't his fault first. It was the woman's fault. It was Eve's fault. It clearly says right here that it was her fault. She's the reason there's sin in the world, man, because she learned, she took on those other philosophies, man. She had the knowledge of good, but she also learned of the knowledge of wickedness as well, man. So this is why, we're pretty much going through, these particular things that we're going through, man, because Eve went off. Then she went to Adam with that doctrine that she learned from the serpent, man. So, a woman doesn't know what she's talking about. So that's pretty much it, Lord willing. This lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I like to give double honors unto the apostles and the artists of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from. And I like to say peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect. Till the next time I say Shalom.